everyone, welcome. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's having an awesome morning. The sun is shining, the breeze is breezy, and I just hope everyone's having an awesome Friday. If you want to take this moment to share any highlights of your day, that would be fantastic. Maybe you started a new recipe, maybe you decided to take a walk, or maybe you're just happy that the sun is shining today. If you do not have a high, that's perfectly fine. That's understandable, but I would like to take a quick moment to have a mindful minute. If you're having any issues dealing with stress or anxiety, something that helps me is this handy dandy affinity sign. So I took the time to draw one out for you. So if you ever decide that you need a helpful little calm down idea, this is always what I go to as well. So basically you'll start at one point of your affinity sign, and you'll breathe in, hold your breath, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Then when you get to the other side, you'll breathe out, 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 and then in. So just taking a mindful minute. If you're having any issues dealing with anxiety, stress, or just having a rough couple days, you can always try the affinity, just breathe, the 5-4-3-2-1 method, or the 2-7-8 method. So I'm going to take a few mindful minutes to do this exercise with you before we hop right into our project. So you can take a moment to either draw your own affinity symbol, or just trace a piece of paper, or trace the table, or trace in the air. But again, you'll breathe in with me. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. So thank you so much for participating in my mindful minute. I hope again that you're having an awesome Friday. Thank you so much for the comment below. I hope that is helpful for you for some stressful times. So again, you can take these next 2 minutes to practice the breathing technique. But again, if you're ready to hop right into our lesson about Henry Matisse and all his jazzy activity, please stick around. The materials that you will need for this lesson is very simple. You'll need a bottle of glue, a pair of scissors, some type of drawing utensil or writing utensil, and then last but not least, a nice array of construction paper. So you can see that I have some pieces that have things on it. So again, we always reuse, recycle, and upcycle. So I'll be reusing construction paper. You're always welcome to buy a new pack if you want to, but I love trying to go through all the colors of the rainbow. All right, so again, for the people that may be tuning in, we had a mindful minute using our breathing affinity sign, and the materials that you will need for this lesson are glue, scissors, a writing utensil, and cardboard. I mean, not cardboard. I'm so used to using cardboard, you guys. Construction paper. So, whenever you finish gathering your materials, we're actually going to get started on the lesson. The person that we're talking about today is Henry Matisse. Henry Matisse is basically known for his freeform shapes, his painting, his organic shapes, or so forth, and he's also known as the king of collage later on in the period of his life. Fun fact about his collage, using different shapes and different types of paper or so forth, it was actually inspired by music, jazz music at that. So today we'll be working with music as well as drawing with our scissors. All right. Your first step, what I like for you to do, is pick out a piece of colored construction paper. With this colored construction paper, it can be a full size, It can be a half size. It can even be 1/4 of your paper. All right? So whenever you pick out your sheet of paper or sheet of color that you want to use, I want you to pick a song that you love. I want you to pick a song that you love because, again, this project is going to be inspired by your song. All right? When you pick the song that you love, you can take a couple seconds to listen to it. You can listen to the rhythm. You can listen to the beat. You can even listen to the lyrics if you're listening to a lyrical song. But again, we're going to base this project off our favorite song. All right? Currently, I am having just some relaxing beats in the background. So I'm going to base my project off of this. All right? So you're probably wondering how we're going to get started. Henry Matisse was known for a lot of his different type of shapes. For example, he was known for his organic shapes, so something freeform, something that may have a little bit of curves, something that may have a little bit extra points, or last but not least, maybe something that's a little shocking, like lightning bolts. But the way you're going to start your project, listening to your song, you're going to take your colored piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half. Okay? When you have your piece of paper folded in half, you are welcome to begin drawing your free-formed shape. All right? So you can either use your writing utensil or you can be a true Henry Matisse artist and draw with your scissors. Okay? When your paper is folded in half, you can begin drawing with your scissors. Again, the shapes really do not have to be perfect. They just have to somewhat have movement. Okay? So far, here's my first shape. And you're always welcome to keep your extra paper on the side if you want to use it in your project. Or you can either continue cutting the same sheet of paper. Just like this. I hope everyone's having an awesome possum Friday. If you have any highs, please, oh please comment below. I would love to know, what have you learned today? Or what have you worked on today? Alright. Got my freeform shapes. Ooh, this actually turned out to be pretty cool. I might end up using that. Okay. Grab another sheet of construction paper. So this planner project, you're just basically cutting out different shapes and designs that you would like to use that is inspired by your favorite song. So again, begin drawing with your scissors again. Fold your paper and freely begin to start cutting. You're always welcome to try to make an image or make a person or make an object, and you're also welcome to just let the scissors take control of how you may be feeling. Alright, so you can see I'm drawing with my scissors still. I'm so happy that the sun is shining today, y'all. Happy spring or summer. If you have a favorite summer flower or spring flower, you're always welcome to comment that below. Alright, so again, you have your scissors, you have your construction paper, and you're just cutting freeform shapes that we can use later for our project. You're always welcome again to keep your scraps. Okay. Fold my big paper in half. And with this paper, I'm actually going to probably cut a couple more smaller shapes to go along with my larger shapes. Thinking of the weather today, Have anyone had a chance to go on any cool trails lately? The weather is perfect for just a simple walk. Okay. Another random freeform shape. Okay. Again, we're drawing with our scissors. We're drawing with our scissors, so do not be afraid to just experiment with different types of shapes. So not all of it have to be triangles or circles or squares. You can even make clouds or starbursts if you want to. But don't be afraid to move your paper. Don't be afraid to experiment. It kind of looks like a person sitting on their hiney. What do you see when you look at this shape? What does your imagination come about when you look at it? Okay, now I am cutting some triangles that I'm going to use in my project. So it may seem like you're just randomly cutting shapes or so, which is very freeing, but please, oh please keep in mind, as you're cutting your shapes out, you want to tell a story at the end, okay? So maybe you can tell a story about your favorite song that you're listening to right now, or maybe you can use these pieces and items to tell a story about something important that happened to you. Alright, so again, you are welcome to use your full sheet of paper. Continue to continue cutting. Alright. Okay. When you have a good amount of different types of shapes, from organic, freeform, and geometric, you are also welcome to push these to the side. And again, pick out more colors and cut more shapes. Alright. Please comment below, so far with your cutting, what has been your favorite shape so far? I know that I really enjoy cutting triangles. I don't know why, but they're just so fun and cool. Love triangles, love cutting out circles. If you have a favorite shape below, please comment. Alright. I thought I was done cutting some shapes, but I noticed that I do not have too many geometric shapes, which is okay, but I want to be able to represent as many shapes as I can in this project. If you're listening to your favorite song to help you aspire this project, don't be afraid to comment below. What's your favorite song? Okay. Alright, I'm still cutting my shapes. Perfect. Okay. When you finish cutting out all your different types of shapes, from organic to geometric, you're then going to pick out a background. Alright, so with that being said, you can use cardstock, cardboard, construction paper, whatever you like to glue your shapes onto. So I am picking out this handy dandy backing right here. It's kind of shimmery, looking forward to it. Yeah, because a lot of the music that I listen to is pretty kind of bright and sunny, so I wanted a color to kind of represent it, and also too it has glitter. So this is gonna be my background. When you have your background picked out, you're then going to take your handy dandy shapes and you're going to begin gluing it onto your background. All right. So now we are painting with shapes or painting with scissors. All right. So again, you're always welcome to cut your shapes down to fit your paper or arrange them before you glue them down. All right, so currently right now I'm taking my Mod Podge of different shapes and designs and I'm rearranging on my paper before I glue them down. Please let me know below which step you may be on. Maybe you're cutting your paper, maybe you're picking out a song, or maybe you're drinking a cup of coffee. But I'd like to know, how are you doing today? What are you doing? Don't be afraid to cut some shapes down too. It kind of looks like a ram. Do you have any favorite animals? If you have a favorite animal, you can always comment below. For the people who are joining me right now, the materials that you will need for this project are scissors, handy dandy, glue, construction paper, and an open mind. Alright? Your first step is to fold your construction paper and begin just cutting some freeform shapes that can be inspired by beats, rhythms of music, or just having fun. Whenever you have your shapes cut out, you're then going to glue it onto a background. So currently right now you can see I'm taking my glue, applying it to my shape, and I'm going to place it onto my background. Whoa, look at this piece. This will be fun to glue down. Okay. This project is also very cool for toddlers or kids that are learning fine motor skills. So again, they will only cut up the piece of paper and then they glue it onto a background. So if you have any kids at home that you want to work with their fine motor skills or sensories, this is also a good, creative, colorful project. So currently I have my first piece glued down. Now I am rearranging my other construction pieces to fit on my background. One thing about this as well, I'm just using a standard sheet of construction paper, but if you want to use a large and in charge poster and actually put your shapes together kind of like a puzzle, that would be fantastic. don't be afraid to like overlap your shapes if you need to. Okay. And remember, guys, with glue for younger kids, all you really need is a dot, not a lot. If you can see, when you press down your shape, you do not want that extra glue spillage. That's literally using all your materials at once, and no one really should do that. Okay? So again, you're just taking your shapes and you're gluing them down in a type of collage. Alright. Just taking, again, shapes and gluing them down onto my backing. I hope everyone's having an awesome Friday. If you have any extra cool plans this weekend, please let me know down below. I know that there's a Buffalo Ranch or something that I heard about. If you've been there before, please tell me if it was really cool. Did you have an awesome experience? Alright. Gluing down my shapes still, creating a collage. My pieces, again, still gluing them down. Okay, so far this is the project that I have. Now I'm still gluing pieces down. Fun fact about these type of collages, when you first look at them, they really do not make sense. They just look like a bunch of blobs on a piece of paper. But if you actually look into the backstory of some of Henry Matisse's collages or so, a lot of them tell stories. A lot of them tell stories of like music and rhythm and just periods of his life. So as you're putting together this collage, you may feel like it may not look right or may not make sense, but the main purpose of this is to have fun. Have fun and experiment with abnormal shapes. Okay, so clearly you can see that I had an opportunity to glue down some organic shapes. Now I am gluing down some geometric shapes at this very moment. Oh, gravity still works. Got my glue. Please share below what, how is your project coming along? I would love to see your process as well. Alright, so again, I'm taking some geometric shapes and gluing them down. I'm currently now editing some of my shapes too, cutting them down so they can fit. One thing that I really enjoy about this project is that it's just so freeing. It's really so freeing. So right now I'm just overlapping some shapes. So far this is the project that I have. This is the piece that I'm working with, and I'm just overlapping my shapes as I go. Again, if you decided to use one color, congratulations, but do not be afraid to make it as colorful as you can. I'm still going down some shapes. This one's really cool, but I might save this one for later. I'm going to cut this piece into several more shapes as well. How is your project coming along? I would really like to know. So if you want to share a picture or comment below, just let me know. Okay, so here's the piece that I cut off, and I'm going to glue that down. Alright, don't be afraid also to fill your whole page. Alright, you can fill your whole page if you desire. I feel like it's really nice when there's not a lot of background space showing, but if you want to just add 1 or 2 shapes onto your background, that's alright too. So currently this is the collage that I have at this very moment. I noticed that I use a lot of the green, so I'm going to go back and add some brown. I'm going to cut this into some shapes, some smaller shapes to add into those gap areas. Alright, I'm going to fold my paper in half. You do not have to fold your paper in half, you can just hop right into it, but I like folding it in half to make sure that both sides are even, if that makes sense. So right now I'm currently cutting some shapes that kind of look like diamonds. Okay. And I'm going to begin gluing those onto my background. I hope everyone's having an awesome possum Friday. I know I said that multiple times, but I really do hope so. I'm going to fold this brown paper in half again. I'm going to cut more stars. Still adding those details so far. This is the brown paper that I added. Just added a piece right here and right there, and I'm still scattering them about the project. Still cutting my paper. Gluing it down. Press, press, press. Perfect. Cut some squares, moving them down. Alright, so far, this is with the brown squares that I added around the project. I just added a few throughout, if you can see. So this is an example of a Henry Matisse collage or so, using a bunch of freeform shapes and designs or so forth. Alright, so he was known for collage, but there was also an artist that was known for movement. So if you look at your collage right now, you can see that there's a lot of movement happening, which is fantastic. But how can we actually get this to physically move? And the artist that will tie in today is actually named Alexander Calder. Alright, so I actually have his name wrote down. If you want to look him up a little bit more, he was known for his mobile art or so. So today we had an opportunity to do a Henry Matisse collage. Now we're going to attempt to make this collage a mobile piece of art inspired by Alexander Calder. Okay, so again, you'll still need all the materials that you have on hand: scissors, glue, and creativity. But this time you will need a couple paper clips. Okay, so as I put my lovely collage aside to dry, I'm going to use the random scraps that I have left over. Okay, so again, if you have any organic shape left over, or geometric shapes left over, or just again random scraps left over, this is their time to shine. Alright, so your very first step, what you're going to do for this project is, again, you're going to cut out a shape that you like and set it aside. Cut out a shape that you like, set it aside. Cut out a shape that you like and set it aside. Alright, when you have your shapes cut out and ready to go, you're then going to decorate your piece of paper. So you're welcome to cut out small little designs from your construction paper, and you're going to begin gluing those onto your shape. Alright, so this is my first shape, and I'm going to use my handy dandy leftover shapes, and I'm going to start decorating it. And thank you so much for telling me your favorite animal. Dragons are really cool. I love dragons as well. If you have a favorite fantasy animal as well too, I would like to know. I don't know, centaurs are really cool to me, so yeah. Alright, y'all, so again, we're still doing the abstract art with Henry Matisse, but we're adding a little flair to it. We're going to actually make these pieces mobile. So I'm taking my sheet of paper that is cut in the shape that I like, and I'm taking my scraps and I'm going to decorate it. So again, I'm taking some shapes and I'm decorating a larger shape at this very moment. I don't know why, but Don't he kind of look like a professor, like with a tie and like some form of glasses? Maybe it's just my imagination, or maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows? But he looks pretty cool to me. Alright, so when you have your shape decorated in some shape, form, or fashion, you're always welcome to use a hole puncher, but I do not have a hole puncher, so I'm going to use scissors, and I'm actually going to cut a small hole at the top of my shape. Alright, so you can see it's not too large, not too small. Okay, and you're going to take your handy dandy paper clip. Again, friends, this project is completely optional. If you want to give your collage a little bit of movement, this is the option you can use. You can make them into mobile art, so you will cut out some shapes, decorate the shapes with the sheets, random sheets of paper if you need to, and then cut a hole at the top, grab a paper clip, bend it into a hook. Then place your paper clip through the hole. So far I have it hanging just like this. Now I'm going to put 2 holes at the bottom, attach paper clips, and I'm going to attach more shapes. You do not have to bend out your paper clip if you do not want to. I just wanted to bend mine out so I can bend the top of it into a little hook if I decide to hang it somewhere in my apartment. Alright, so this lovely shape that I said I was going to save for later, I'm going to add it to my mobile. I'm going to decorate it using some lovely leftover scraps. And if you decide that you do not want to use leftover pieces of paper to decorate it, you can always go back and add your details using markers, crayons, paints, oil pastels, or so. I know with this one, I'm probably going to use Sharpie and just add some Zentangle designs on it. I really love Alexander's style of art, and just the fact that he used a lot of organic shapes as well in his mobile art. I felt like it really ties in very well with Henry Matisse, because it's kind of like that modern touch with just a very classical touch as well, or traditional touch. So again, I'm just adding some lines or so. When I saw this piece of random shape, I kind of thought of like mermaid. So I'm adding just kind of a few fish scales, a little touch to it. Let me know below what project you may be working on, or how's your day going. I would love to know. Even if you have any fun plans for this Friday. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm still adding some designs to my piece of construction paper. If you're worried about the construction paper being kind of flimsy or floppy for this hanging Matisse, construction paper, not construction paper, but cardstock works really, really well. Alright, yeah, so I'm still drawing some cool designs on my organic shape. Sorry for the silence, but I am focused. Okay. Alright. So I have my design drawn onto my piece of construction paper, and now I am taking my handy dandy paper clip. And with this one, I'm not going to cut a hole. I'm actually going to pick a part in my paper, and I'm going to poke a hole through it using the end of my paper clip. Perfect. Okay. And I am now just moving it around to the inside of my paper clip, so it kind of dangles. Alright, so I'm taking, again, my first shape, my handy dandy businessman, and I'm going to add it to the bottom of my first shape. I'm not going to cut a hole. I'm just going to use the tip of my paper clip, and I'm going to just poke it through. If you feel comfortable using a hole puncher or anything, please do so. But so far we have one design attached. Now we're going to add our other organic shape. Again, friends, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. It just means a lot that you take time out your schedule to see me make art in my living room. So this shape right here, it actually just turned out pretty cool. So I'm going to hang it from this point right here. Again, with these mobiles, using organic and freeform shapes, you can always make them larger. I know with older kids, it'll be a fun project to get everyone moving and grooving and just working together as a family. So if you want to do something like that, that'd be fantastic for a bonding activity. Alright, so I'm taking my handy dandy paper clip, poking it through my paper. I'm actually probably going to, I'm debating, do I want him to dangle this way or this way? Probably going to just add it dangling down. Sorry about that. They did trash yesterday. I don't know what they're doing today. But again, poked my construction paper with my paper clip, moved it down to the center of it so it kind of dangles like an earring. And now I'm going to poke it through my first shape that I had. Perfect. So far so good. We're having these nice dangles happen. Alright. Now I'm going to take my handy dandy green circle and I'm going to add it to the bottom of this shape right here, but I'm going to add a few designs to it to make it pop, and I'm probably going to go back to the first shape as well to add different designs too. With this one, instead of using using the thick part of the Sharpie, I'm using the fine tip, just adding some swirls to it, some circles, just giving it a little more flair. Alright. Just a reminder for people that may be tuning in, if you're having any issues with stress or anxiety, you can always practice a mindful minute, which is tracing a infinity sign in the air, and at the tips you can breathe in, and when you reach the other side you can breathe out. Again, if you're dealing with any stress or anxiety, that's always a mindful minute to share. And just a little recap of what we talked about today. Again, I hope everyone had fun exploring Henry Matisse with me and making a piece of art that's inspired by your favorite song. Again, if you have a favorite song, you can share that below. I really like to know, what tunes are you listening to? Okay, I'm still just drawing some shapes. They're swirls, just adding that little detail to it. Okay, and now I'm going to go back and add some Sharpie details to this as well. Okay, again, I'm just adding some lines and some shapes to my first shape. So I just went back into my first shape and just added a few Sharpie lines. Now I'm going to attach my circle to this end piece right here. Again, take your handy dandy paper clip, pick one end, poke it through. And again, if you have a hole puncher at home, you're always welcome to use those as well. Alright, poke it through, move it through to the center so it kind of dangles like an earring, and then pick your shape and poke it through again. Actually, I'm probably going to move it to this piece because it's kind of bland. So, poke it through. Okay, so far, so good. I really like how it kind of hangs at an angle, but I feel like there's something missing. So with that, I'm probably going to pick out a larger piece of paper, and I'm going to cut a bigger shape for this base. So I'm going to cut a larger shape to put it on here. So it can kind of act like a tail. And I'm still using free-form shapes and geometric shapes too. So you see, again, just drawing with my scissors. Drawing with my scissors. Take my mobile, poke it through, looking better already. Okay. So far, so good. And with the black piece, I am going to add, again, just some random shapes and designs to it to make it pop. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Please comment below. How did you like the Henry Matisse project? And how did you like the crossover to Alexander Calder? So right now I'm cutting some lightning bolts to glue over to glue onto my black background. Okay. Cutting some lightning bolts. To glue those down. Alright, still cutting up some lightning bolts. I know for a fact that I want 2 more to glue down onto my mobile. Wow, got it. Okay. I'm going to cut 1 more. Well, I was going to cut a lightning bolt, but I actually just really liked how cool this turned out. So I'm just going to use it exactly how it is. Now, while I have my shapes glued down onto my black background, just some random shapes, I'm going to take my handy dandy paper clip and I'm going to poke a hole at the top. And then as soon as I do, I'm probably going to add 1 to 2 more, and we have our mobile art using painting with scissors technique. Okay. So far, so good. I have some leftover black paper that I'm going to use for my final shape. Take your paper clip, poke a hole through the top, just like that. Move it to the center. So it kind of dangles like an earring, and then place it other shapes, so poke a hole. And there you go. You have your free form hanging mobile art. So it kind of looks like a chandelier for the younger kids that will love to work on this. So again, we had an opportunity to use two artists and create a piece of artwork inspired by both of them. So this project right here that is inspired by Alexander Calder. Alexander Calder is basically known for a lot of his mobile art. And then we had an opportunity to create a lovely, lovely collage inspired by Henry Matisse. All right. Please comment below which one was your favorite. How did you like how two projects became one, and how art is inspired by everyone and everything. All right. I would like to know how you feel about this project, or what song inspired this project. All right. So we had an opportunity to work with our collage, and we had an opportunity to make our own mobile piece of art. Now, friends, since they kind of work together, I am going to add this piece of artwork to my collage, and I am going to try to make another mobile piece that can be added by this project. Add it to this project. So I'm adding my second project to my first project. Just poking a hole. And here you go, friends. Yes. If you have any extra scraps or so from the two projects, don't be afraid to continue creating. I know that we still have a couple minutes together, and I really, really love how this random piece came out. So I'm going to take my lovely glitter paper, and I'm going to continue making some Henry Matisse collages. Gravity, my glue fell. Yes. Okay. I really appreciate everyone stopping by and creating with me today. I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's nice to know that there are people out there for you that care and want to see you at your best. Okay, so I showed you how you can combine two projects. Now I'm just doing a little free art with some random scraps. I would like to know, what did you end up creating? Did you follow along with the project, or did you improvise and made your own? I would like to know. So please comment below or share any pictures to the Art Force Iowa page. I would love to know how you're doing. Okay. Taking my random scraps because anything can be made into art. I'm gluing it onto my background. And I'm going to go back and add some cool designs. Sorry that I do not have too much more to say, but have a great day. I really enjoyed creating with you today. It really means a lot. If you have any cool plans for this Friday, I would love to hear them or so. Or if you're creating something on your own, I would like to know, what are you creating? What inspired this project? And I hope that my mindful minutes are very helpful to you during this very rough time. Alright, so again, friends, I am currently just turning my random scraps into another Matisse project, but this time, instead of like layering different colors, I'm just going back and adding different patterns to my shapes. I really appreciate everyone out there. If you haven't heard it today, you are loved. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Okay. Still adding some details. Because all pieces of trash or recyclable items, or just even things that normally are not seen as art, can be turned into art. So again, thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey of creating a Henri Matisse collage using freeform shapes inspired by music, and also transitioning into Alexander Calder's mobile art. Again, these artists' names are right here. So the first project was inspired by this lovely man, and the second one was inspired by this person, but together they just flow so well. If you have any famous artists or designers or musicians or anyone that inspire you, I would love to know in the comments below. I really appreciate everyone coming out today to make some relaxing art with me. It really means a lot. I would love to see your projects in the comments below. Again, please, oh please do not be afraid to share that with us. Thank you again. My name is Jazmine, and I hope you have a happy Friday. Thank you guys for creating with me. I hope you had a fantastic time.